Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I am Pastor CJ Kent, and this is of course EVE Online. Let me go ahead and get our background music started here. There we go. Well, it's been a minute. It feels like it's been way longer than it has. It's been basically like a week. But just a lot of developments in that short amount of time. So as we go along, I will go ahead and update you guys on what life has been like over the past, well, basically 8 days, because even the streaming schedule has changed just a little bit, and I'll explain what the reasoning for that is here in just a minute. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back, and I've been doing my dailies, but really not doing a lot of EVE besides that. Just kind of doing the holiday stuff, New Year's, and getting into the swing of the new year, which is turning out to be vastly different than last year. So let's go ahead and undock, see if we can find some stuff to scan down, and I'll tell you all about it. Alright, let's see what we've got here. A couple signatures in system. So let's go ahead and jump into a safe. We can get things stop stuttering here. Okay, and maybe I can launch my probes. I can. Perfect. With the lagginess on that first undock, it's questionable sometimes if you're going to have the ability to get those out before the warp drive starts interfering with launching probes. But we did this time, so perfect. So yeah, first things first, happy new year to everyone. I haven't seen you all since basically New Year's, so yeah, I hope everyone had a great time. Oh, would you look at that, a wormhole right off the bat. That's fantastic. Okay. Sorry, I just got excited there. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. I hope everyone was safe. No drinking and driving anywhere out there, hopefully. And yeah, it was a good night. We didn't do much. We stayed home, so nothing crazy that particular night. Also, let me just go ahead and say happy, I don't know if happy is the right term, but it's Jimmy Carter National Observance Day. The 39th president, he passed away recently, and so they set a day of observance to kind of honor him. So if you're celebrating that, participating in the observance, let's go with that. If you're participating in the observance, I hope that's going well for you. It's such a weird thing because it's like someone just died, but the normal holiday things like happy, merry, whatever don't really apply. There's 2 wormholes. Oh my gosh, there hasn't been a wormhole in the system for like ever, so that there's just suddenly 2 here. That's fantastic. Okay, so let's finish this off. So yeah, New Year's was good. Not much to talk about there. The unfortunate thing is the New Year came with a cold. I literally got sick New Year's evening, and we didn't. I mean, we stayed up till midnight, but like that's not that unusual for us. So I don't know. Some way, somehow, ended up with a cold. Still have a little bit of the after effects of said cold, but nothing really to worry about. I did use my 14 days of Omega that has come and gone, so I did enjoy having cloaking while I had that. But that is over now. And yeah, now we're back to the alpha state with some more Omega skills under our belt, which is always a good thing. Show info here. Okay, it's going to unknown parts of space, but it is at the end of its life. So that's kind of a no-go for us, unfortunately. So let's see about this wormhole and see if it's a better fit for us. Hopefully, because I don't want to go hunting. We don't have to. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I got sick, I went ahead and canceled basically the whole week because I was just sick for like a whole week, essentially, to the point where, like, on this past Sunday, I probably could have streamed Unknown Beginning Decay and probably won't last another day. That's good. Stability's good, large ships, cool. So there we go, easy peas. Let's enter there. It's a nice little fleet of ships there. So Sunday, I probably could have streamed. Like, I felt okay, but I was still a little drained, and like I was starting to develop a little bit of a cough. And I kind of figured you all probably would not want to hear me hacking on camera during the whole stream. So I went ahead and canceled that one as well. Sorry for anyone who was looking forward to that, but you know, we're picking right up where we left off. So no worries there. Default 2 days, perfect. All right, let's see. Oh, it's a nice big system. There's not a ton of signatures here. Oh, but that's actually okay. Go ahead and set up a safe. So yeah, that was kind of what was going on. And then obviously Wednesday would have been the next day for us to stream. But I now have a commitment on Wednesday night that I did not have before, and it is a college class. That's right, guys. I am actually going back to college, trying to get my master's degree in computer science. And so right now I'm doing some prereq work at a local college so I can get into Georgia Tech's OMSCS program. So yeah, it all happened very quickly. And I honestly can't believe how quickly the doors for that opened. But they did, and I'm in college now, and I'm a week deep into my classes. I have 2 at the college that I'm attending, both online, and then another course through EDX, which, if you haven't heard of it, is an online course distribution platform. Not necessarily a college per se, but a lot of major colleges will put some of their coursework up on there, and you can audit any of those classes for free. So if you just want the knowledge, it's a great way to go. Or you can take it for like a certified credit, like CUs or that, and that's actually not too expensive, so still a good option if that's something you're looking to do. So yeah, I'm currently studying Python programming, what I'm jokingly calling computer history, but we'll get into more of the nuts and bolts. It'll go over a lot of like the Microsoft Office suite stuff as well, so that's kind of what that course is. And then linear algebra, which is probably the hardest of the 3 courses I'm taking for this semester. And yeah, just trying to work through them as quickly as I can. Okay, wormhole, go somewhere else if we want. It's good to know that we have forwarding options. And yeah, that's kind of been life over the past week and a half, however long it's been. So yeah, so the computer history course is Wednesday nights at 7. Kind of ironically, I had no idea when I signed up that was going to be the time slot, but as soon as I saw it, I knew I'd have to adjust the schedule. So streaming schedule now is going to be Thursday and Friday instead of Wednesday and Thursday at 7 for Eve, and then obviously Sunday is still very much where it was before for space engineers. So definitely tune in for those. But yeah, that's all the updates, the life updates, and what have you. And now let's get down to the business of really hardcore exploring here. Because I do not have a cloak, so I don't want to just sit here all night. Looks like there might be a couple wormholes in this system now. So we'll get those scanned down so we can see where all we have to go next. Alright, so that's scanned down now. So let's make this our center spot. And hit it with 4AU scan. You guys know the drill. The 4 and then the 1 and all the little dots. And we'll see what's here. I have a suspicion, because there's not that many signatures, that most of these are wormholes or sites that other people wouldn't want. You know, ordinary perimeter, gas, and unsecure data sites and forsaken relic sites, all that kind of stuff. So my suspicion is that's what's left here. But that's fine. Like I said, the wormholes give us opportunities to go other places, and we'll see where it takes us tonight. The fact is, we didn't have to hunt down a wormhole in another system. Had one right at home, so that's always a good thing. And it saves us a little bit of time there on the front end, so if we have to forward to a couple extra wormholes to make it work out, I think that's a fair trade. Alright, what do we got? Yep, unsecured. Man, it's like I know. Oh, there's an alpha progress reward. I don't think it's anything good. It's like a skin R or something. I'll take care of that later. Probably after the stream. Oh, I do have an Eve update for you. Like personal, not like a game update, like something that happened in game. I actually lost my arbitrator, the Wasp Nest Willow, trying to take on a combat site that I probably should not have tried to take on in a cruiser. When I got there, most of the ships were really okay. Oh, I did too small. That's my fault. When I got there, most of the ships were far enough away that like I was okay. And I thought I could probably take them down fast enough that it wouldn't be an issue. And I was very wrong. Once I got down to like a third of my shield, I was in the oh crap mode, and I went to scoop my MTU, which in retrospect I probably should have just abandoned it and warped out. Better to lose an MTU than the whole ship, but I didn't, and yeah, they got through the shields, and the armor and hull on that particular build was pretty much paper thin. So that was pretty much that. And yeah, so no more arbitrator. I will have to get another cruiser eventually to run abyssals in. Yeah, it's forgotten. I figured that would be the case. Let's just move on to the next thing. We don't need any of those. Yeah, the cruisers I use for like filament farming. As you guys know, those who watched any of those episodes that we've done. So I will have to get another one, but I think I'm going to design it specifically for abyssal dead spaces, because the arbitrator was just a little bit slow to really do those effectively, in my opinion. It didn't have any trouble handling the combat, but yeah, the speed it offered did not really give us a lot in the way of being able to hit anything except the one main biocompetent cache at the very end. So I do want to design something. Ooh, central. Perfect. Let's go ahead in.
Warp drive active.
I'm not in safes. Yeah, not for 2 days. But yeah, I want to design something specifically for abyssal dead space, filament farming kind of activities, instead of using something that's really meant for like wormhole combat.
Warp drive active.
So that's something that's on the docket, but I did go ahead and start the replacement process for the ship, and I'm upgrading it to a battle cruiser. You guys probably know the one. It looks like a flying turkey, but it's actually a decently powerful ship. So yeah, I'm training up the skills now to really make that extra effective, and have that sitting in the hangar. When we get back, I can show it off a little bit where it's at so far. But I'm excited to fly it. Like I said, I got a couple more skills that I need trained up fully to like really make it what it needs to be. Okay, we're just gonna leave that. Okay. Oh, jeez. These things. I am going to need just a touch of help. Literally any beneficial pickup. Yep. There we go. Not the safe. Not the safe. Oh. I was about to warp to the safe. I'm like, that's not right. No, we want to go to our perch. We want to stay on grid.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, so that's all the updates that I can think of currently. I will say that after having Omega this past time, I am very eager to get back to Omega status. Like, before, I probably could have like taken it or left it, you know, leaving it. Words. But yeah, now I'm kind of like, man, I really want to get back to that. Okay, this is going poorly. Like that. There we go. Yeah, there's things I want to do, in particular the PI stuff is on the forefront of my mind. I really want to get that all squared away and really going. And I have a ship to really do it. I want to train up my alts so that they can use all the stuff that they need for it. So I definitely need more than 14 days to get it all going. And the waiting for training to finish is just like, it's pretty brutal when you're excited about what you're trying to do. Okay, that'll do. I like it. Back to our perch.
Warp drive active.
I've got 3 cans left in this site. I honestly can't believe we found any sites in this wormhole at all. I kind of figured they would all be gone. I don't know if maybe the person ahead of me just didn't care about data sites and only went for the relic sites. Or if maybe this spawned after they had come and gone. Also possible. Okay, we'll do that. Not a lot of loot in these, honestly, but that's okay.
Warp drive active.
Got 2 more to go. And hopefully there's a couple more sites in this wormhole that we can do without
Warp drive
any
active.
combat situations happening. That'd be one of the reasons I would love to get the prophecy going as soon as possible. Then we can actually clear out those sites, especially when they're like the wormhole connection is right in system like that. Ooh, that was risky. I kind of didn't mean to click on that, but I'm glad that worked out. Okay, so not there so much. Alright, so probably not that direction. Only one place left to look, really. There we go. Alright, high-tech scanners, yes.
Warp drive active.
Not that I'm even going to use those modules. I'm probably going to sell them as soon as I manufacture them, but it'd be nice to actually clear out some of those blueprints.
Warp drive active.
And technically manufacturing those different components into the modules does add value, so it's worth doing if you can accumulate that many of the components for it. That's okay. And there we go. I believe that was the last one. So let's double check. Yeah, that's all cans done. So back to our safe. We can drop our probes right here. Get rid of our perch. And go ahead and set up the next couple scans while we do it all. Alright, let's see if this will finally hit these 2 X's, hopefully. If not, I have no idea what they're attached to. Alright, back up this one at least. Which is probably our exit wormhole based on the location, so I'm not going to bother with that. And it looks like this one needs to be hit directly with 4. Yeah, that's fine. Better than an 8. Okay. Probably this guy. So yeah, yeah, the itch to get Omega again, it's very strong, and I would love to make plenty of money doing our exploration. To help fund that. Hopefully now that Winter Nexus is done, the Plex prices will go back to normal. They are, or last time I checked anyway, which I think was like last day of Winter Nexus, they were still in the 6 millions per Plex. They were at 5 something before Winter Nexus, so hopefully they don't stay inflated like that. But if they do, I guess we'll just have to suck it up and deal with it. Excuse me. Kind of like a hiccup burp thing happening. I had a very good dinner, actually, as barbecue chicken sandwiches. My wife made barbecue chicken in the crock pot last night. So we're hitting the leftovers, put it on some sourdough bread with a little bit of extra barbecue sauce and some of the Alabama white sauce from wow, barbecue restaurant. It's not Four Rivers. Wow, I can't believe I can't remember it. But yeah, it's good. It's been good. I definitely enjoyed it. We toasted them a little bit with some shredded cheese. Mission Barbecue. That's the one. If you ever had their Alabama white sauce, you know. Vast Frontier Reservoir? In a normal... Really? I didn't know we got vast reservoirs in like these lower level systems. That's cool. We might be checking that out at the end of the stream here. But for right now, we've done what we can, so we're going to check out some of these wormhole connections and see what we're looking at. We did manage to find a data site, so that's progress. Like I said, these connections kind of dry up. We do have that gas sitting there that we can exploit, which would be good. What you got for me? Sun on parts of space. NK. No stability problems, so that is an option. That's NKT signature for that. And let's check out the other one just in case. See if it takes us anywhere more fun than that one. And what do we got? This looks like a C5. Yeah, deadly unknown parts of space. So that's probably not where we're going. Let's go ahead and head back to the other one. This is an option if the other one doesn't pan out for some reason, but it's not my front runner. So let's go up to 0 on that guy. And see what this next hole has for us. I have also started taking to adding notes about systems on the safe bookmarks that I make in each one. In particular, if they're occupied, and if so, by who, and what stations they have in the area. So afterwards, I can actually go back, look at the system name, and see who all is there and what kind of assets they have in the area. It's not anything I'm sharing really with anyone, so like don't worry too bad about spying or any of that. It's really just for personal reference. But yeah, it seemed like a cool idea at the time. Alright, let's check out the system. We do have a little bit of an occupation here. So, yeah, for reference, that's one of the things that I will note. After we get all set up here. Now the risky part is basically that I'm going to be sitting. Okay, and yeah, there's more stations in here than just that one. So, 4 pins, go ahead and edit info on this. Yeah, basically sitting, not scanning, because I have to hit the key for that. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, let's edit the thing here. Lucifer's Hammer Holding. That's that's an intense name there. Let's go back. The name of the station. Us. Of the Rising Sun. I assume they probably meant house. And you are. Oh, Astra Hus. Now I get it. Now I get it. Okay, that makes sense. So there's that one. And let's zoom in just a touch. If there's any hiding under the planets here. But the sun, no, just this other one. Let's make sure it's from the same, yeah, Dev's Cat House. Okay, and we'll submit that. So now I have those noted, and we can pop out our probes here and do some scanning. Now, usually I'll only do all of that if I can see that there is no one else in system, just like D-scan wise. Like I've done some scanning and I haven't seen anyone yet. Or if I am Omega and I'm able to just sit there cloaked and do it, that's always a good way as well. But In this case, no cloak, but I haven't seen anyone in the system yet, so. And I'll obviously always add my save. So, like, it's still going to take them a second to track me down. It's not like I'm sitting at a warpable location or anything. Okay, so we have a wormhole out of here. So that's great. Honestly, not sure which end of that is going to be closer to original scan point. Maybe this one. So try scanning on this side. There weren't a ton of signatures out here, so it's possible that this corporation has already done what they're going to do in the wormhole tonight and, like, gone to bed. Yeah, another wormhole. And if that is the case, good on them, I guess. That's totally their right. They're set up here. That's what I would do if I was living in the wormhole, so yeah. I do get it. Nice C2 to call home. And yet another wormhole. It looks like this one's going to be a lot of just forwarding option for us. Not a lot of other stuff going on. That's okay. Okay, we got that locked down, and last but not least is this guy. Who, it appears, is going to need a slightly bigger scan radius than what we are currently set on. Probably the full 4 again. Yeah. That's alright. Other news. Oh, my wife had managed to find a choir in town that they use one of the local churches for a rehearsal space, but they're not like affiliated with any particular church. That's kind of cool. I thought that was pretty cool. It's like $25 a month to be part of the group, which sounded kind of cool to me. So we might look into doing something like that. I don't know what night that would be on, but we'll make room for it in the schedule. You gotta make time for the things that you enjoy doing, right? Because, like, otherwise, why else are you doing the stuff that you have to do? Forgotten. Dang. That's not the one we're looking for. Okay. So now let's tackle this guy. Looks like he got hit by that second 4 AU scan. Let's bring this down a little bit. Yeah, like, we all go to our jobs and we work hard and we make money and we pay our bills and... Okay, so that is our exit wormhole. We can leave that E. No need to scan that down necessarily. And I think that might be, yeah, the last currently unidentified signature in system. But yeah, we do all this work and make sure that we're surviving, but like, what are we surviving for if we're not also making time to do the things that we enjoy to do? Like, it's important to do the stuff we have to do, obviously. That's why it's stuff that we have to do. But it's also important to make sure we still get to do the stuff that we want to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, even though I'm back in school, even though like we are crazy busy, I like doing the streaming thing, so I'm making the time for it. I'm sure it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but like I really enjoy it, so here we are, we're doing it, we're having a good time. At least I am. Hopefully you guys are too. And yeah, you gotta make time for the stuff that you enjoy doing. That's all there is to it. Do the stuff you have to do. Dangerous unknown parts of space, okay. So that is not our front runner, that's AQL? Yes. So let's try dig. Hot diggity dog, let's see where this one goes. Yeah, so this system is pretty much cleaned out, it's just forwarding to other systems, which is fine, no worries. The one iffy part about it is, like, if this corporation wakes up while I'm on the other side of the wormholes here, we could get trapped in space, which is not ideal. It goes to high security space, but it is EOL. We don't need to go to high security space. Actually, it looks like it would go to Caldari space, interestingly enough. But being end of life, that's going to put us very far away from home if it collapses behind us. And again, don't need to go to high security for anything but going home right now. Anyway. So that's that. Let's check out the next one. TXS. We can call this one Texas. Because why not? Seems like the thing to do. Right here we have something going to unknown parts of space, beginning decay, hasn't had its stability disrupted. Okay, so Texas is a good option. Then we have XNN. I'm reading that correctly. We'll go check that out and see where it leads, and if it's a better option than Tex here. Show info. Dangerous unknown parts of space. So nope, Texas it is. Really like our only, it's our best option. Definitely our best option. And I really need to do a paint job for this when I get a chance. Gonna cost a little bit, but that's okay. And it costs Plex, but it doesn't cost like a ton of Plex, so I think it'll be worth it. Get that Imperial look to it. Be pretty cool, I think. Alright, here we are. Nobody's home, doesn't look like. Let's go ahead and save our location. Not in safes this time, but in defaults. And let's see what the system looks like. Ooh, she's tiny. Okay. Oh, we've been here. There's a safe already. Nice. Cool, so we don't need to set up a safe. We can actually just head to this one. That's great. Launch our probes while we're thinking about it. And I guess we'll set up on this planet here. Oh, there's structures in system. So we'll be editing our safe while we do a bit of scanning. So let's go to edits. Yeah, I don't have any notes on this yet. Okay, they're not by the sun. Not there. Not there. Not there. Definitely saw them. Okay. Well, color me confused. No, I don't see them. So we'll just scan down what we see here, and if we find them again, we'll take a look and get them added to our safe notes there. I definitely saw them. Yeah, right there. These guys. So, go info. Alright, so let's add them to the list here. Surg K Corporation, that's funny. No alliance. And the first station under their command here is 234. Great name. Which is a Tatara. Okay, and then they definitely had another one. One, two, three, of course. And that is an Asbel. Alright, so we're going to submit. Make sure we're not being scanned down. And we found central blood raider data site. We're going to go to that. And get ready to set up a perch. Let's check the perch, make sure it worked, and it looks like it did. Excellent. Let's head to the first can. Looks like there's just a few in this site. That's okay. Hopefully densely populated with super valuable loot that is easy to hack into. I know it's asking a lot, but you know, if we're asking, let's shoot for the moon, right? Get that. Okay. Let's try up here then. Yeah, I can't take that in my current state. I will, however, be able to with this. I should have just enough. Hey, just enough is still enough. Alright, let's get to our perch where the audio is not glitching out so hard. Something about these data sites, man, their audio is not the best.
Warp drive active.
At least for me. I don't. Do you guys have issues with audio on your data sites? Well, let me know. Alright, let's go this way instead, perhaps. That'll do. Back to the perch.
Warp drive.
And 3 to go.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so the other night I was actually doing a little exploration just to kind of get back into the groove of it and everything, and I hope you're helpful because otherwise I'm screwed. And I actually came across another one of the fast gas reservoirs, and I was chugging away on that for quite a while. Probably hour and a half at least.
Active.
Made a good like 40 million ISK just off of that one site. And someone had already cleared the combat from it, and it looks like they took one of the
Active.
other cloud in its entirety, which is probably the more valuable one, but still got a good value out of it, so I was pretty happy with it. And I left quite a bit there. Just had to adjust some real life stuff, you know, how all that goes. There we go, perfect game. Not a scratch. One tranquil filament from that guy.
Drive active.
Not as densely packed with loot as I had hoped. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe this last one will be
Warp drive active.
a veritable gold mine. Okay. All right. And of course, it's like right here. So, hopefully... one of these is helpful. You'll do. Whew. Close. And really just not jam-packed with stuff, is it? Unfortunate.
Drive active.
Yeah. Did not get those out in time. Wrong order of operations. What we call that. That's okay. Go ahead and pull the map back up. Once we are done warping. Drop those again. Probably this guy is the end we want to scan on. Definitely this guy. That's probably our exit wormhole, but I want to make sure it gets a little bit closer to that pin before I officially rule it out as something worth scanning down. It's 7:57. Yeah, that is our exit wormhole. Cool. Well, that's easy enough. Are you a line? No, these are two separate sites. That's awesome. This is probably not someplace we want to mine gas. Actually, truthfully, it's not. So let's not even bother scanning those. We have the gas site and the wormhole right next to our home system, and this one is occupied, whereas that one is not, so... Nothing about this system is an ideal place to mine gas, whereas the first one is very ideal. So we'll probably go back that direction a little bit later in the stream. Ooh, ruined Sancha Monument site. Yes, please. Pull those in. Close this again. Location. And let's watch our distance. There we go. See if it worked. Yep. Good to go.
Warp drive active.
Our first relic site of the night. These are always good. They usually pay out pretty well, so happy about that.
Warp drive active.
And their loot does not take up much cargo space. Helps you stay out a little bit longer than if you're hitting both relic and data sites, or only data sites. All right. There we go. Didn't really need that, but used it anyway, just in case. Huzzah! Some blue salvage there. Gotta love that.
Warp drive active.
That's the good stuff. And next up,
Warp drive active.
have some Sancha rubble. Alright. Okay. we'll take that. There we go. Got there. Okay. Some blueprint action there. That's always fun.
Warp drive active.
And 4 more cans left in the site. I love the shadow that it's casting on the rock behind it. That's very cool. Yeah, let's warp in here.
Warp drive active.
Speaking of casting shadows, we're gonna need ourselves a thumbnail. Okay. So yes, if you're not streaming and posting onto YouTube, I would highly advise not exiting out of your UI in the middle of a site like this. But sometimes, you know, as content creators need to do something stupid to get a shot, so there you go. Hopefully you'll appreciate it. Alright, not there, clearly. Good lord, there's just no getting around these things, is there? Actually, I got just enough health to pull that off. Love that. Okay, got it. Back to the perch.
Warp drive active.
And 3 cans left.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'm very glad to be getting a chance to kind of relax, play game, and enjoy myself a bit. Been a busy few days, and it looks to continue for a little bit, so nice little respite here.
Warp drive active.
And people wouldn't think that exploration is a particularly relaxing activity, but they would be incorrect. It is definitely relaxing, at least at the moment.
Drive active.
It's a little too exciting sometimes, but yeah, right now, nice and peaceful. I love it. There you go. That was easy. Intact armor, yes. That's a score.
Warp drive active.
That stuff is valuable. And we got 1 can left in the site. Let's go get it.
Warp drive active.
Far, this has been a pretty good system, if I do say so myself. Oh, jeez. Oh, we're gonna have to go around that, clearly. And I'm going to need just a touch of help, which isn't coming from there. But that'll do. Alright, and that was it. Right there. So back to the safe. Get rid of
Warp drive active.
that. Yep. Ah, I gotta remember to launch those first. Dang it. Alright, that's fine. And what else do we have in this area? The dot right here. That's probably what we're looking at next. Like I said, the exit wormhole and gas sites are not anything that we're overly interested in, so won't even bother finishing those off. There's another X over here, though. I'd love to see what that is. And another gas site. Yeah, there's ordinary perimeter, and... oh, that's a deposit. Minor perimeter. Okay, so let's line up on this planet. And hit it with our 4AU scan. See what that gives us. So in my off hours, when I've had opportunity, I've been doing a little bit of Minecraft on a server with friends. I've probably talked about that a little bit previously. I did one episode on our test server, so it's not even the server that we are on currently. I was just decorating spawn, basically. But yeah, it's we got the official thing up and running now, and yeah, it's been a good time. They have the structures turned way down, so they spawn much more rarely than they used to. Okay, wormhole for forwarding. So like if you play a normal game of Minecraft, you go into the Nether, within like probably 5,000 blocks you manage to find another fortress, and even that's a pretty long way to go to try to find one. In this, it's the first Nether fortress that has been found, and it was not by me, it's by one of my corporation compatriots. And much appreciated to them, because it would have taken me forever to find this thing. It is 28,000 blocks away from our spawn-in point. I'm not sure if that's overworld blocks or Nether blocks, but it's a good distance away. Central Angel Command Center. Perfect. Let's jump in there. Close in, close that, close this. Get ready to do our perch. And off we go. There we go. That should do it. And that got it perfect.
Active.
Okay. Sorry, just checking on something there. Let's warp into the first can here.
Drive active.
I hate those so much. There we go. Alright, got some high-tech manufacturing tools. That is exactly what we need.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
If you guys don't know, those, all the three high-tech things that you can get from the data sites, the data chips, the manufacturing tools, and the scanners, those... thank you, moderator. Appreciate that. Those all go into the integrated analyzers. I forget what the one's called, but the other one's the Zoigma, so the one we all know and love. And in particular, the one starts with an L, ligature. Yes, the ligature integrated analyzer. It takes 50 of each of those components to manufacture. Plus one of the Tech 1 analyzers, which that's easy enough to get your hands on. The Zoigma, on the other hand, takes 100 of each of those components. And if you look up the market prices, buying all of the components, like if all you have is the blueprint and you don't have any of the components, buying all the components you need to manufacture those is pretty much the cost of just buying one of the analyzers. So yeah, if you're not actually doing the exploration to get those components, it's kind of not worth having the blueprint, unfortunately. And we've found quite a few of the blueprints as we've gone about our exploring ways. I'll take that gladly. I'm figuring somewhere down here then. There we go. That's got it. What? Jeez. Oh, what a kick in the pants. Okay. So, 3 cans left in this particular site. 1 decryptor. Thanks, guys.
Warp drive active.
Those angel mercenaries, they just, they know how to mess with you. Oh, I guess the other news that is like a big thing here, because we're in Florida, it's been cold. You know, for us. It's every bit what we consider to be cold. If you live up north, you probably don't count it as cold, but that's okay. We won't judge you for it. It is cold, I promise. And something about the having the humidity plus cold weather, like it just makes it extra, extra cold. At least that's my explanation for it. If you're in a drier climate and you have cold,
Warp drive active.
I'm not going to say that it's not bad, but I feel like it's not as bad. From what I understand, the winters up by the Great Lakes, with all the moisture coming off the lakes and the cold weather, like, are pretty brutal. So the humidity's got to play a part. And I think that's what happens in Florida. Now, obviously, we're not experiencing Great Lake winters down here. So not to say that it is nice. Got some skin R stuff here. Kind of love that. I don't ever use this stuff, but I like to get it. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm not saying we're experiencing anything close to a Great Lake winter, but it's cold for us. So just accept that. Obviously, I'm in the sweatshirt. I've got a blanket on my lap, and oh, my family's trying to convince me to let them turn on the heat, and they go overboard with it. So I'm not on board. Like, it burns up all of our stored up electricity from our solar panels, and for whatever reason they overcompensate, and it's like a bajillion degrees in here whenever they turn that stuff on. So yeah, I'm not down for that. There we go. That'll do. Okay, some more skin R. Back to the perch. What do we got left? Oh, nothing, because that's it. That was the last one. It would help if I paid attention to that kind of stuff. So let's warp on over to our safe. But we'll drop our probes on the way. We'll remove these. The solar menu here. And you are Cosmic Signature. You are a gas site. This is the one that I don't know what it is. I feel like there was something on that scan that was not a core probe. So we're just gonna keep an eye out for that. But let's go ahead and do a 4AU on this guy. Alright, that made some progress there. Accidental right click. Not my favorite thing. Like when you accidentally place a block in Minecraft. Exactly the same feeling. There we go, another wormhole. So that's gas site, that's our exit, that's gas site. This guy. Okay, so there's one left. And it's down here. Everything over there in the center, we have identified and determined whether or not we think it will be useful for our purposes. This guy, on the other hand, don't know. So let's take a look. See what it has for us. On all this, for an occupied system, this has been a good system. Another wormhole, excellent. See where we're heading next. Now, I obviously don't go to the structures. Let's see if they're like abandoned or not, but okay, so that's got all of that done. Take these one at a time, starting with MAG. I think it's this guy. No, that's SRX. Alright, we're on grid. Goes into unknown parts of space. Beginning decay, probably won't last another day. Stability's good, larger ships. Okay, so the same song and dance we've seen most of the night. SRX is our next option, so let's take a look at that guy. And then we have YFE after that. So that's a good option if we don't find anything better. And we have low security space, so that one's not for us. I have no need to go to low sec tonight. And last but not least, we have YFE. Makes me think of FYE. Does anyone remember those? Or still have one near you that's actually open? Last one we were at was in Altamont Springs, Florida, I think. I haven't been there for a while, so no idea if it's still open. Dangerous unknown parts of space. That's... and its stability is critically disrupted. Cool. Let's... So, not only is it there, and what it is, not only does it lead to a place I don't want to go, but someone on the other side of that is trying to collapse it. So let's not go that way. That's my determination. That may actually be the ping that we saw on the map there. Let me double check this was the right. Unknown parts of space, yes. Through the rabbit hole we go. Yeah, it might have been a battleship popping through in its efforts to collapse the wormhole there. Okay, and someone is already here, another explorer. The question is, do we want to try to compete with them? Guess we could. Let's save this. Default for 2 days. Alright, and let's look at making a safe. I want to make sure I warp to the planet and not to like a combat site, because that would be not the best. That'll do. Alright, do we see any occupying structures? Really, so far? No. Nothing. That's great. Love that. So yeah, let's head back over to here. And we'll edit the location information. And yeah, no occupying forces here that we know of. Where do we want to center up is the question. Maybe... Let's just try this planet, because it's... I got a lot going on here. Alright, so now if they're also descanning, they will know that I am also here. Exit wormhole, gas site. Let's start with this one. Okay, they pulled their probes in. It looks like they did. Maybe not. I mean, we're sitting in a safe, not like a site they can scan down with core probes, so... Should be okay. Unsecured. Not anything we care about. Does seem like we're alone out here again. They may have decided it's not worth it and left. I do feel that. We have unsecured. Or maybe they finished scanning everything and realized none of it's worth having. There are kind of a lot of signatures here for that to be the case, though. But you never know. You never know. Okay, we got another wormhole. Yeah, what's next? This is a dot. Based on the location, probably our exit wormhole. Honestly, I don't think we're going to mess with that. Line up with this planet here. And do another 4 AU. See if that gets us a better hit on some of these other ones that did not dot on the first scan. Oops. That was an accident. Yes, that is our exit wormhole, 100%. We do have another wormhole down here, it looks like. Obviously, gas sites we don't want to worry about too much, as we won't be coming back for them, so who cares? And alright, next up, let's try lining up on this planet. Okay, that didn't seem to help anything. But this dotted. I think this might be further from the point of origin. Okay, why? I need a little more context for that. Apologies. $1973. That name sounds familiar, actually. Ericool. Have to remind me where I know you're from. There we got another gas site, which we're not worried about. We do have a dot. Let's scan that down. Alright, what you got for me? Okay, data site. So far, all the ones I've found here have been unsecured, so not what we're after. Hopefully this one won't be like that. We'll see. Nope, looks like that's another unsecured, unfortunately. Man, those things are everywhere tonight. By everywhere, I mean in this system. Alright, this one we're just going to go after direct. Because no matter what planet I scan, it doesn't seem to do anything to it, so... yeah, that helped a little bit. Another wormhole. So this is unsecured data sites and wormhole connections galore. Very interesting system, this one here. Hello. Doing pretty good. I don't think you were here for it, so I'll just give you the highlights. Doing college again, so that's been a fun thing that's come up recently. It sounds like you might be from Russia, so how's it going over there? You might be, as far as at least chatting viewers anyway, the furthest from where I live to date, so congrats on that. Kamchatka, Russia. That's yeah, it's a ways out there. And it's technically winter here. So I want to say, is it summer for you guys? Another wormhole. Excellent. And this one, like maybe a 2 to do it. Maybe just. Like it's not on this periphery. No, did not like that. I'm off alignment though, so. Yeah, that one. Well, you know, let's just do the 4AU. Oftentimes those circles are not like super accurate. Okay, so that's there. This is a gas site. You are a gas site, so I don't need you. What else is in system? These two? Yeah, let's line up on this planet here. And hit that 4AU scan. Hopefully it hits both of these. If not, I might have to scan over here, but we'll see. Nope, just the one. Just the one. Okay. No worries. But yeah, this wormhole is quite a few unsecured data sites so far, and a lot of gas sites and connecting wormholes. Gas sites are not anything I'm after from this particular wormhole. The first one we came in, which is conveniently attached to the system I'm living in at the moment, it has a gas site that I would be fine exploiting, but I don't want to come this deep into the wormhole chain to hit up gas sites, so those are pretty much just leave unscanned down to save time. There we go. And it's a data site. Maybe it's a normal one. My money is on unsecured again. But let's finish it off here and see. There we go. Alright, so this is the gas site. That's a gas site. That's a gas site. That's a wormhole. That's our exit wormhole. Everything else is green. So yeah, we've scanned down everything. Oh no, it's a central. Nice. Let's go hit that up.
Warp drive active.
Close this. That location not in our saves folder. And it'll be for 3 hours because it's just a perch. Alright, let's see if that is still on grid. And it is. Perfect.
Warp drive active.
Wunderbar, as they say.
Warp drive active.
All right. Let's see here. There we go. Nope. I should have looked at that more carefully. I needed 1 more health to actually do that. That was dumb. Okay. That one we can do. Alright, fixed it. We're all good now. Back to the perch.
Warp drive active.
Quite fortuitous that this very last site in this system happened to be one that we could actually run. Then after this, I think we will go
Warp drive
dock up,
active.
get our venture, and do some gas mining in that very first site that we found. Try to top off the earnings for the evening. Okay. Let's take that out. Okay. 4 probes. 4 probes are okay. Let's use that. Where the heck? Come on now. let's use that. Guess we'll use that on that guy. What are you? Something not helpful. Cool. Probably right in here, and I can't get to it, so... And now I don't have the hitting power to do anything with it anyway. Why are you 3 away from something? Is it under this? No. Let's just try that one again. I was like... It was really kind of baffling where the heck the core for that was. We'd clicked most of the board. Okay, let's grab that. Come on. Okay. This is getting frustrating. Okay, we found the core. That's good. Do any of these help us? This will, a little. Not sure how to use that just yet. That doesn't. That doesn't. Alright. This helps us a lot. Cool. So hit this. And we'll do this. And we're good. Whew. I wasn't sure I was going to get that one. Okay.
Warp drive active.
4 cans left in this site. We have some ventures in system. Honestly, I'm not overly concerned about those. So we'll finish the site off.
Warp drive active.
They could be banana bombers, but hopefully not. Alright, so it's right here somewhere. That's it, huh? Wow, that's a terrible loot drop.
Warp drive
Yikes. That's just not worth the risk at all. Alright, 3 cans left.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Warp drive active.
700 venture. I'm gonna guess that this is probably a multi-boxer. It's smart. Ventures are an excellent ROI, or return on investment, because they are stupid cheap, especially if you take a fleet of them to mine ore in a wormhole. Even if you lose a couple, you're probably more than making your money back with whatever you manage to bring back in. So kudos to this person for cracking the code on that. It's a very smart way to do what they're doing. There we go. And we have but one can left in this site. And then, like I said, we'll probably head home, grab our venture, and do a spot of gas mining.
Warp drive active.
Because there's a vast reservoir sitting back over there, waiting to be exploited. Got that. Of course. Now I get the pickup that would have helped me with that. That's wonderful. And there's that guy. Perfect. Okay, so now go ahead and get rid of our perch. And we'll head to our exit.
Warp drive active.
Oh yeah, gotta love that. Yeah, it's funny, like, I'll be in a wormhole and I'll hear the... It won't say warp drive activated, but just like that distant warp sound that it plays sometimes. And I'm like, someone else here? But most often, no. It's just my probes jumping around and stuff, but... Man, you never know.
Warp drive active.
Oh, yeah. I think there is a hotkey for the warp, but I honestly don't know what it is, so... Sorry about that.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's still nice and quiet in all of these wormholes, so that's good. The question is the one closest to home. So far, so good.
Warp drive active.
Dead as a doornail. So let's go ahead and dock up. We'll get a total for the loot we have managed to acquire thus far. After we stack it all. A cool 88,500,000. Plus this guy. Large Energy Burst Aerator 2 blueprint. Very nice. Actually, a couple Tranquil filaments, which I'm surprised about. Data cores. Yeah, 3 high-tech scanners and 1 high-tech manufacturing tools. All good stuff. I will sort all that later, though. Because what I want to do right now is hop into, yes, flowering citrus, which I believe is already set up for gas mining. So it is. And let's double check that we don't have anything in the cargo. And we'll undock. And go get some of that vast reservoir in the wormhole.
Drive active.
I don't know if we'll have time for more than one trip. We might. And just in case we do, I'm going to save location of the wormhole. 3 hours is fine because, you know, the stream will be over before that. And let's double check the info on this. Yeah, it still has at least 4 hours, so we're golden. Okay, and so we want to jump to the vast Bermuda Reservoir.
Drive active.
I've actually been doing a fair bit of gas mining of late. It's been a lot of fun. Okay, here we go. We got C32 and C28. And I'm honestly not sure which is better, so I'm actually going to Google this real quick. Okay, what do we got? Looks like per unit, 32 is about twice as valuable. But per cubic meter, looks like 28 is actually more valuable. Nice. And for a venture load, yeah, 28 is the way to go. So we're going to save the location. And then we're actually going to approach the bookmark. And obviously lock target and begin harvesting. Oh, 1,500 meters. Cool. So let's pick on our micro warp drive and that will get us there nice and quick. So the reason you want to bookmark the cloud is so you can actually get right up on the center of it. Which is important, because if anyone wants to be super cloaky and warp up on top of you, they also warp up on top of the center of the cloud and immediately decloak, giving you time to escape. At least that is the strategy and kind of how I do my gas mining. The weird thing is if you click on the menu and say approach cloud, it just approaches the edge of the cloud. Whereas if you bookmark it and then approach the bookmark, it takes you down into the very center of the cloud. So that is definitely the way to do it. A lot of times people will scan down the cloud and warp into its warp end point, so you won't be sitting right on the warp end point, so that's a bonus. But yeah, again, you also... Oops, I did not mean to close all of that, just the one thing. Well, yep, that's that sucks. Let's see if we can get logged back into all of that. There we go. All right, we're good. We're good. Oh, gotta love those moments. Just hit something you didn't mean to hit. As Crypto Slayer would tell you. Just hitting that random button, making you warp off when you didn't mean to. Gotta love that. Alright, so we've officially stopped the ship. We weren't moving anyway, but just, you know, nice official kind of thing. And we have 120 of this in the hold. See, 25 will fit comfortably in the main hold. We'll move that over. Those random buttons, man, they'll get you every time. We actually had a thing earlier today. One of us dropped our cell phone on the computer keyboard, and it immediately blue screens. I'm like, what buttons did it hit? So I have no idea what the key combination was, but the computer did not like it. Thankfully, Restart fixed it, but yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, my favorite's when you think you're in a different window, but then you're still your computer's focus is still on like the other one, and then you hit something that's you're trying to do in your side window, and then it does it in the main one. Good times. I have that happen a lot actually, because the hotkey for switching the scenes in my recording software is the same hotkey for screenshots in Steam, I think. So I have a whole folder of random screenshots I didn't mean to take sitting on this in the Steam folder there somewhere. Yeah, it's good times. Alright, set that back up. Now the only other thing, I guess we could do a scan to see how much is here. It kind of looked like this hadn't been touched, and that is officially what that looks like. This has only been touched because I'm touching it, I assume. If I add 215 to this, plus the 25, that's like 4,000. So yes, I should expect a combat patrol to jump in here at some point. And when it does, we'll be ready to head to the exit. and go get a combat ship. It'll actually be its first flight. It'll be cool. I have very little doubt that it will be able to handle a small patrol that gets sent against this kind of thing. I don't know if it's ready for a full-on wormhole combat site just yet. But when the skills are finished training, it will definitely be able to handle all of that even better than the Arbitrator did. Rest in peace, Arbitrator. But yeah, we moved on to the Prophecy. It is a much more capable ship, going to be able to do everything the Arbitrator could and do it just that much better. So that's good. It's a little bit faster, actually cap stable, has one more missile launcher than the Arbitrator did. So yeah, lots of bonuses. And it's running dual reps, so getting it cap stable was a chore, but we did get there. Although I don't have repair 5 trained yet, so that might change that. I might have to swap something for an extra cap battery or what have you, but we'll see. In the meantime, we'll just sit tight and let the extra ISK pile on. Like I said, we had 88,500,000 from our exploration loot, so if we get 11,500,000 ISK worth of Fullerite gas, we'll have crossed the, well, we'll have hit the 100,000 ISK. Line there, and if we get any more than that, we'll have crossed it, and that generally to me is a good night of exploration. Anytime you can come home with over 1 million ISK estimated value worth of loot, whether it be Fullerite gas or exploration site loot or blue loot from combat sites, I think in those cases you're doing pretty good. Especially when that night is like 3 hours long. I know when I was trying to do high-sec mining as my career back on my old account, 1 million ISK in 3 hours was completely outrageous, so glad that I've branched out and grown comfortable with the whole wormhole thing, because it's definitely a much better way to play the game. Oh my gosh. Trying to high-sec mine for those quantities, it's just, yeah, that's crazy. And I was crazy to even attempt it, so. But yeah, like the time commitment you have to put in for that, it's nuts. And like the number of times that I got harassed and ganked, it made it just not even worth it. Just completely, totally, so not worth it. I've actually been safer operating in wormholes so far. Which is crazy to me. To be fair, I was not always doing like the most safe practices, you know, watching D-scan and keeping an eye on local and all of that kind of stuff. And I didn't have a corp either. I was playing alone, so that was another, put a big target on my back because people knew I didn't have anyone to like come back me up or anything. So all of that's changed, thankfully. We're watching D-scan, we're watching local, and we do have a corp behind us, thankfully. So yeah, it's good to have friends, and it's really good to have good safety practices. But I think operating in wormholes has also been a big part of it, because there's just not nearly as much traffic, so and you're usually leaving if there is really any. So that's, yeah, it's definitely a big part of it too. The high sec has so much traffic, you're just like, you can see stuff on D-scan, but you don't know if they're there for you, if they're there for something else. Usually once they show up in the asteroid belt, though, you know they're there for you, and it's time to leave, if you're paying attention. Which, a lot of times back in the day I was not, but definitely at least try to now. Not gonna lie, get distracted sometimes, but who doesn't? And that's part of it. But yeah, the arbitrator was only my second ship loss on this account, so not too bad. And it was to NPCs again. First one was to an abyssal dead space. We just didn't get through it in time. That was a little bit rough. It was a Dragoon, and we actually replaced that ship in full. But yeah, the arbitrator, I need to get another cruiser, but I don't know if I'm going to stick with the arbitrator or if I'm going to do something else. Because I want it for running abyssal dead spaces as kind of like a filament farmer. But the RB was kind of slow. And I need something quick. And I might go non-drone for this one. Just because there's a lot of things inside the abyssal dead space areas that will just absolutely tear up your drones so fast. And when you run out of them, you're kind of screwed. So yeah, it would be, it might be a good idea to do something else. Maybe missiles. My missile skills have improved a lot. When I started the account, I had like drone skills, and that was kind of it, and like 0 missile skills, like none at all. Now I have basically everything you can have as an alpha. Which still is not like a ton, truth be told, but it's more than none. And more than none is good. It is definitely an improvement over absolutely none. Alright, we are cooking here. Got about 8 million in the hold thus far. But we are getting there. The main hold has 318,000. Like these these ISK amounts are so random. Why? They can't just be nice and even for us. So yeah, we're about 300k away from 9 million ISK worth. I think we will easily cross that 11 million barrier. And the fact that we haven't seen any combat ships show up yet makes me think that maybe someone is already here and cleared them out. We have been here for a hot minute, mining the gas and... Oh, nope. That's my cue to leave. Alright, 4 cruisers. My battle cruiser take 4 cruisers in its current state. I want to say yes? I think so. I'm not sure. I might see if I have a couple resistance modules laying around that I can swap in for this fight, because I have Tech 2 modules, I just don't have the skills to actually like online them as of yet. Let's stock up. Actually, since those were all cruisers, we could go straight to medium drones. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Docking permission requested.
Come on.
Docking request accepted.
There we go. Actually, let's move this into the mining holds. Well, I tried to be smart about it. Put the mining holds, stack these, put this in the item hangar, hop into the ship hangar, and jump in the Bee Nest Birch, my new combat ship, a drone carrier Prophecy. Now, like I was saying, we have resistance modules, multi-spectrum energized membrane 2s. However, I don't have the skills yet to actually online those, so we're going to take those off. They're not going to do us any good being there offline. And let's jump into our modules container here and see what we can find that might do us a little bit better than those. Compact layered energized membrane. Okay, so it's just extra armor hit points. I'm really looking for the resistance modules. My armor tanking skills are not like fully trained yet either. Evidenced by the fact that I can't turn those modules on. Okay, so we have a couple options, and none of them are particularly awesome. But they are all better than an offline module, so... yeah, first things first. Compact layered energized membrane. That'll give us some extra armor hit points. I don't think I can do more than one damage control, right? Yeah. I didn't think so. We have the True Sansha explosive coating. So we'll pop that on, and we're going to put on some armor plates, because 400 millimeter extra armor hit points never hurt anybody. And if this starts to go sideways, we will duck. And we no longer have full capacitor stability, which is also not awesome. But we do have a killer repair rate, and if we don't turn on the afterburner, we are stable. We could leave that off, that's not going to be a big deal. And we could run both repairers, or we could run one repairer and this and still be stable. So yeah. Anyway, let's jump into the wormhole and clear out that site so we can mine some more gas and get past 100 million ISK for the night. Now we do have our wormhole bookmarks. We should be able to jump right on top of this thing. Literally the first time it has been undocked since being fully fit. Kind of exciting, actually. We are going to close the light drone section and open the mediums. All right, let's enter. And still nothing, and we can go straight to the harvestable cloud bookmark.
Warp drive active.
I don't have my resistances exactly where I would love to have them, but I think we have enough repair rate to handle these 4 cruisers pretty presently. Alright, let's launch the MTU. Get orbiting that. Turn on our afterburner. These guys locked. And we're gonna go ahead and turn on 1 repper, just in case we need it. They are all targeting me, which is exactly what we want. Head and launch drones. And start attacking this first guy here. Not him, this one, because he is actually close enough. Yep, I did expect that the shields would go down. That's an anticipated thing. I guess I should probably also be using missiles at this point. Okay, let's drop the afterburner. And hit the second repper. We'll actually let that burn the capacitor down quite a bit. Holy crap, there's a lot of cruisers here, actually. Let's call the drones in and get out of here. Oh, the MTU. Alright, screw the MTU. I don't care. Yeah, that's why we're leaving. Well, that could have gone better. Oh, jeez. So we will probably let the armor reppers fix this up here. Yeah, definitely need the resistance modules that I designed this to work with for this to be an effective strategy. We'll get the armor repaired, let the shield recharge a little bit. We'll probably warp in on top of the... I launched the M2 right at the warp-in point. We'll scoop it, and then we'll take this back to the station, because that was not going well. Good first run. But yeah, there's kind of a lot of enemy ships there. A lot more than I'm comfortable putting this against by itself in its current state. So we can turn these off. Alright, so let's... Honestly, we're just gonna sit tight for a minute. I want the capacitor to recharge. And you know what? We got the gas that we got, so I'm good with that. that's that's a lot of cruisers. Man, those sites are usually like a couple things. It's like a cruiser and like 3 frigates or destroyers. Yeah, that was a lot of cruisers, and they don't usually call for reinforcements like that, so kind of surprised. Kind of surprised. I feel like you'd almost need a battleship to clear out that whole thing. Oh well, we gave it a shot. This is still going to be a good ship. It's going to do what I needed to do. That was a lot more than what I anticipated, so no shade to the ship or anything. That's more than it was designed for. And certainly with the bad fitting that it has at present, I wouldn't have expected it to do well in that situation. The resistances are nowhere near where I would like them to be. So when we go in, we will probably have the reppers on, just in case. And we'll scoop and then immediately warp out. Man, I was just like, there were so many cruisers there. Good night. I almost can't believe that. It's like, yikes. For comparison, the Arbitrator had a passive shield recharge rate of like 141 points per second. And this, with the 2 reppers on, has about 104 armor repair per second. So even in its current state, it should perform about the same way. But yeah, with there's a lot of heat on this guy, so that is not what you want. We didn't even manage to destroy one. One thing we should probably look into at some point is kiting, a kiting strategy. That will be, I'll have to do some research into some of the heavier missile varieties for that, I think. It'll definitely be something to look into. At this point, I think we've got what we need. Go get the MTU, so let's warp in.
Warp drive active.
Man, I don't know. We might be calling that a loss. Oh, we got it.
Warp drive active.
Literally 8 cruisers. That's madness. Absolute madness. I will say this, it can take a pretty solid beating for quite a little amount of time there. I wasn't sure I was getting that MTU back, but there you go. And those 8 cruisers are going to be a nasty surprise for someone else who tries to get gas out of that site. Ay caramba. Alright, those are good. Yeah, we've got about half an hour left in the stream. We'll go ahead and organize the stuff from our exploration.
Warp drive active.
And then I might even get a chance to kind of show you what this is supposed to look like as far as the setup. It is one that I came up with myself, so if it's not great, that explains why. Whereas the arbitrator was designed, its fit was designed by a popular YouTuber. Hence why it worked super awesome. And obviously the signature radius of this is bigger. So that's part of why we're just getting hit a lot more. But it is also faster, so I felt like that would probably compensate. But maybe not. And the missiles and guns are a little underpowered for the size of the ship, which I recognize. But yeah, it just did not do well just now, so like I said, when we fix this stuff, be what it's supposed to be. It should be nigh impervious to damage. Because if we go to simulate, and those are actually on, you can see our lowest thing is 63%. And I still have one more level of battle cruiser, which will increase all of those by 4%. And 2 levels each to train on each of the armor resistance things, which should push it up a little bit more also. Those are, yeah, the armor compensation skills. I don't know if they apply to the multi-spectrums, so that's something to look at. That's 5%, extra 5% per level, so if we do 10 and then 4, our EM resistance is ridiculous at that point. Would it be like 91% or something insane like that? Which doesn't seem possible. But I'm thinking it probably doesn't apply in quite that directly. But we'll see once the skills are trained what all of that looks like. And this makes me sad. I had it like just barely cap stable and now it's not. Yeah, like I said, we got a 104 repair rate on these. And if I train up the repair skill one more time, that should increase a little bit more. I don't think we're going to quite hit the 140 that the arbitrator could accomplish, but that's okay. And we're about tapped on power grid. So even if I wanted bigger missile launchers and stuff, I'm not sure I could make that happen. Yeah, obviously the big thing is the damage control. I could replace the extra drone damage amplifier with more tank, but I think that would really take the teeth off of this. So that would not be ideal. I can also play with replacing these with like capacitor rechargers to try and get this back up. And then this, obviously, we could possibly replace with one of the capacitor recharger rigs and just see, like, we'll test it in simulation and see if it nets us a higher recharge rate or not. It's really hard to tell at the moment until the skills are all trained up and what have you. But yeah, that's the prophecy as it stands so far. Like I said, let's go ahead and grab the Metamorphosis, our exploration ship, our seeing Sycamore, as it is called by me, and sort out our loot from tonight. We did not quite hit 100 million. We're just shy, like 98 million or something. But honestly, I think it's fine. That's close enough to 100 million for me to call it a good night. These are actually salvage, I think. Weirdly enough. Still have no idea what these do. Reprocessed materials. Okay, so they're used in Tech 2 exploration module manufacturer. Which is why we sell them, because I don't manufacture that stuff. At least not currently. Maybe one day. When we have continuous and unending Omega. But until that time, we're not doing a whole lot of Tech 2 manufacturing. Okay, materials go here. These are trade goods. And obviously we have decryptors up here. And salvage down here. And our skin sequencing. Goes there, and skill books. Encryption methods. Nice. I think that's everything. It is. Now we can sort out all the stuff. Ammunition I actually do need to refill on the birch here. We used a couple of the missiles. We need 42. If you guys don't know how to do ammunition splitting, or like stack splitting in general, it doesn't have to be ammunition. I will show you right quick. Click, hold down shift, and drag to wherever you want the stuff to go. Type in your quantity and click OK, and it will split the stack. And it doesn't have to be a separate container. You can put it in the same container and split the stacks there if you so desire. Alright, and we are back to where we're supposed to be with that. And we'll just double check that it does not need any repairs. No, it's good. Repaired in the field. So that was that. Blueprint copies kind of sort themselves out. Data cores. Cryptors. Filaments, obviously. Got several filaments. Materials. Yes. 442,000. That's worth having a container for. Salvage. Skill books. Actually already had some Amar encryption and Caldari encryption and Galente encryption. Minimatar encryption is harder to locate, weirdly enough. And while we're in the skin stuff, I want to see if any of these are unlimited. Just in case. I think if they are, I go ahead and put them, like activate them. But sometimes I put stuff in here and don't look at it, so you never know. The unlimited ones are great because then you can just do all the designs that you want with those colors and you never run out. But I don't think they have unlimited for every color and pattern, so sometimes you got to use the limited ones. Skins tags, oh, and trade goods. Let's actually see where we're at with these. Yeah, so in all the exploration that we have done, Crypt Slayer, sorry I didn't see your message. Have a good night, and we'll see you again at some point. But yeah, in all the exploration that we've managed to do, we've only managed to acquire 35 high-tech data chips, 25 high-tech manufacturing tools, and 28 high-tech scanners. Basically a quarter of what we need for one of the Zeugma integrated analyzers. Now on the plus side, we have found blueprints galore for it and the ligature. Which you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ligature, 6 ligature, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Zeugma. And the number of runs, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, so 12 runs of the Zeugma and what do we say, 6 times 3, 18 runs of the ligature. But I can't even do one because I don't have the materials. Like, look at this materials list. Yeah, 100 high-tech data chips, 100 high-tech scanners, 100 high-tech manufacturing tools, and a relic and data analyzer 2. These aren't so bad to acquire, but all of this, it's so many materials. It's almost like you obviously do add value when you make one of these, because like, if you look at the market, and gonna be under ship equipment, scanning equipment, analyzers, action, Zeugma. So the absolute cheapest Zeugma on the market right now, and we would be selling it. We wouldn't be buying one, obviously. So if we just sold it to someone, would be 336,300,000 for one of them. Then if we look at the high-tech stuff, the cost of those. So one of these at its cheapest is 750,000, and you add a couple zeros to that, they're talking about 75 million for 100 of those at their cheapest. And then these are, we're just going to call it 2.5 to be generous and make the math easy. 2.5 million for each of these, so that's 250 million. So you're already up to 325 million. And then the scanners, I'm gonna call it maybe 600,000, so it's another 60 million, like 385 million to get the high-tech stuff for manufacturing the Zoigmas. And then, like we said, you'd be selling it at a loss, so you'd have to sell it like this, and you're really only making like 20 or 30 million. But like the turnaround profit is not there. Like it's just not there, which is unfortunate, because these are cool items. But if you do all the exploration and you don't actually pay all of that, like you obviously, for what you could sell the high-tech pieces for to buyers, versus manufacturing one of these and selling it yourself, there's value to be had there. You're probably increasing your profits by like 50 to 60 million over just selling the pieces. But yeah, it seems like if you were able to get your hands on one of the blueprints for these, it would be crazy awesome, because like, look at the price on that thing. It's basically $500 million right there, and the blueprint comes with 3 runs. So like, yeah, but you don't make that much profit from it, or you spend forever collecting the materials to make a huge profit from it. But even then, like, there's that opportunity cost of not just directly selling the high-tech stuff. So there's still a profit to be made by manufacturing over just selling the pieces, but I've looked at the math and stuff, and it's not as great a deal as it seems like, or like as it should be, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of the story. I'm just collecting the high-tech stuff, and I'll manufacture some at some point. But yeah, that's kind of where that's at. We've collected a lot of blueprint copies from random bits and pieces here and there. Lots of these ancillary things. Jump drives. And then obviously the blueprint copies that I make when I'm done researching a blueprint to the fullest extent. I didn't know I had this. A mobile sanguine harvester blueprint. So if you want to collect bodies, that's what you use that for. And then yeah, some Tech 2 rig blueprints. But yeah, that's kind of where everything is at. Let's. Did I unload citrus? I think I did. I think I already unloaded this. Yes. In fact, I did. So I think we're actually going to call this one just a little bit early, since I can't get back out to the gas site with any of the combat ships I currently have at my disposal. And safely re-secure that area. So yeah, like I said, I think we'll call it a night. A little early, but I think that's the play for this evening. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for listening to the life updates and everything there at the beginning, and just hanging out. I hope you all have a great night, and until I see you again, I say.